Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and in today's video we're going to talk about Trilliant. We're going to talk about the new Trilliant platform that just launched 24th of August 2022, so basically a month ago. Yes, it's new, and no, it's actually not, because the new platform is basically development, extension, evolution, whatever you want to call it here. So from a platform that has been running for about 3 years. And at the time that the platform is now moving over to this new ecosystem here, we believe there's somewhere around 60 to 70,000 community members already involved in the previous platform that are now moving over. It's getting very, very exciting. So obviously there is plenty of things within this platform. As this is not new, it's already fully developed, and obviously we're going to continue expand on this. So the whole part here is now adding in a value token in order to build the wealth, and also introduce a stable coin into the system, which will be a future currency. Now, many platforms always want to set up their own coins, and people think that from there on they're gonna get rich very quickly here. This is not the whole idea. The idea is to get this new pay coin, stable coin, which is stable with the US dollar here, and basically introduce it into a new global marketing platform where you can go in and you can use this particular token to do online shopping. That means different clothes, commodities, and there's even a chance that you're gonna buy your car through this platform, also with the cryptocurrency in the future. So it's a very interesting platform, very interesting developments for what we have seen. And we're looking very much forward to telling you a bit more about it here, because Trilliant now offers nice lucrative options, and we are still in the opening phase where you can get 100% extra bonus. We'll explain to you exactly how you can do that through the video. But there's now also short and long-term options, so depending on if you want to invest longer term, or you just want to go in and try the platform out for short term. Obviously, there's a difference in between the yields that you are getting back over that particular time, so it's entirely up to you. But as always, this is a high-risk investment, anything in crypto at the moment, especially the way the market has been behaving so for the last many months. So let's go through the Trilliant disclaimer first. Please remember that we are not financial advisors. You have to do your own due diligence. We have set this YouTube channel up here to test, try, and see what we can get out of eventually different platforms online. Trilliant is just one of them. So all your funds deposited in Trilliant is 100% at risk. This is crypto. So obviously you need to understand that. Only invest the money you can afford to lose. And definitely don't use any money that you had set aside for rent, anything else for your family. So this is very important, obviously. And even though that we have had good results in the past, doesn't mean that it's going to happen in the future. Obviously, we hope and we believe so, but be very, very careful and very cautious once you want to invest in the Trilliant platform. Also, in order to make sure that you can do your due diligence, you can go to our website where you will find more information on this. We will make sure the link is in the description below. Now, I mentioned in the beginning that this platform here was, even though it was new, it came the offspring of an old one, and this is actually the one, the Paribas platform here. And this has been ongoing for almost 3 years. And we made a little video on this back in early 2022, where we mentioned the 5 ways that Paribas was making its income. And also at the time, the company had a value of around $400 million. Since then, things have gone very quickly. We went to Miami back in May to see the Paribas team and also meet the Paribas CEO. That entire team has obviously also now moved over to the new Trilliant platform. So by July, August here, so 2022, we hit 1 billion. And it was the CEO's vision to move over to a new platform to basically develop into a new part, and especially get a coin going also with the shopping, which we're going to talk a lot more about. On top of this, we also made a tutorial. So this was meant for the old members moving over to Trilliant. to understand exactly where the funds have gone to and how they could reinvest into the new platform. Obviously, this video is also a good tutorial for new people that are just starting with Trilliant, to understand exactly how they can get going, where are all the tabs, what do they do, and how can you get into the investment part of the staking that Trilliant is all about here. So let's have a look and see exactly what Trilliant has to offer. Now, some of the old ideas from the previous platform has now moved over to the Trilliant part, and everything is being combined here. And one of the great things is the Trilliant Messenger application service that was already started in the old platform, which is basically a private and secure instant messaging and email service, where you can now also go in and use that as a crypto payment solution for the Trilliant Paycoin in the future. And you can basically buy and sell your products within the Trillando platform. So there's great opportunities to come. Most of these are being launched once they've been tested in Q4. And obviously that means that by end of the year, we should have everything up and running full blown. On top of this, obviously what the Trilliant platform is all about is you have your value token that you stake. That means you put it in for a certain period of time. Again, long or short term, it is entirely up to you. And then you get a yield back on top of this. And that will be a weekly profit that are getting paid out into the stablecoin. So the income itself is basically restaking. And if you don't want to do that, basically you can put it over into a unique exchange, which is also an exchange that the Trilliant platform owns. And you can exchange it into Bitcoin, and from there on you can take it out into fiat money. So the Trilliant technology is ERC20 token, and the maximum supply for this particular coin at the moment is 50 billion tokens. Now there's a pre-launch phase within the Trilliant platform, and we're quickly coming up to it. So if you see this video, you only have a few days to go. Special offer until end of September 30th, and we are talking about UTC time, so just make sure that you know this. So if you want to get in on the platform, you can now buy this token for 5 cents. Now, as soon as the launch takes place, so basically 1st of October, the official launch will be at 10 cents, and then from there on we don't really know if the coin's gonna go up and down. That will be quite interesting. But if you are going into the platform, that means that you have locked it in for 10 cents and you have already made 100%. So if we have a look at the pre-launch doubling itself, so the pre-launch cent per token, if you have, in this case, it's $100,000, quite a lot, but anyway, we'll go with the numbers you have on the screen here. And once you are staking it, it basically turns into 200,000 instantaneously, so 100%. Also, just have a look at the bottom part here. It says all coins purchased at the pre-launch price at 5 cents remained locked for 52 weeks from the date of purchase. Standard staking options apply within the 52 weeks lock period. Weekly Trilliant profits are immediately available. And that's what it normally would be, so that you will have this locked in for a certain period of time. So if we have a look at the Paycoin, it's a decentralized one. So again, it's within the ecosystem of Trilliant. So it's a digitalized currency. And it just tells you a bit about the development on the Litecoin technology here. The important part that most people are interested in is the Trilliant Paycoin maintains a constant value of 1-to-1 to the US dollar. Basically, it means it's a stable coin. So that means that your investment is stable. It is coming out in the US dollar, and obviously, yes, there is a fluctuation in between if you want to get it paid out in pounds, euros, but US dollars is the most famous one that most people are using. Now we have 3 investment strategies within the Trilliant platform that you can make use of. So the first one is the Trilliant buy and hold. So basically you buy the coins, you hold on to them, and at some point when you think you have made a nice profit, you can sell them off again. Very, very simple, but it's not really a recommended one. So because it could take a long time before you get to that particular point. The second part here is staking short term. And when we're talking about short term, it's 4 weeks, 9 weeks, or 26 weeks. And as you can see, the compensation or the yield that you would get out of this particular staking, so it's different. So the 4 weeks is 1.5% that you will get over the 4 weeks time. 9 weeks is 3.5%, and after 26 weeks, it's 11%. If you go for the long-term staking, that means 52 weeks, basically a year, and the compensation there is quite a lot higher, as you can see, compared to the other ones. So a lot of people are actually going with this one, and we have done the same. So the compensation plan is 50%, and that obviously means that you are getting yields back of 50% of your investment part. So now the important part here and the interesting part here is if you are part of the pre-launch, and the investment strategy we are going forward with is strategy 1. Again, here we had $100,000. We buy the Trilliant at 5 cents for the token, double the value. So because it is the pre-launch still, and obviously you can hold on to this one for X amount of time until you believe that maybe it will go to 20 cents as it's shown in here. And the total value you will then have is 400,000. Quite a nice profit, obviously, but we believe there's a lot more to come, and that's for the next strategy here. So investment 2 strategy is the short-term staking. Again, the investment of the 200,000, we are just using that as an example. 9-week staking, you're getting a compensation of 3.5%. And that means that the exchange into Trilliant, and over the 9 weeks, you will gain 7,000 trillion, or this is also equivalent to US dollars. So all in all, in the 9 weeks, you would have put in 100,000. You would have doubled that, obviously, because you're part of the pre-launch. And then on top of this, you would have made 7,000. If you go to the other investment strategy here and you say, okay, we want to, again, with the 7,000 of gain, that means that in those 9 weeks, you will actually get a weekly payout. So on top of this, of 777 trillion coins. So they take the 3.5% and divide it onto 9 slices. And in this particular case, it means that you will get 777 trillion coins out, equal to the dollars again. And those 9 weeks, every week, you will get your rewards here. You can then go either and reinvest it into the platform, or you can add it out and take it into the exchange, put it over into Bitcoin, and again, pass it on into fiat money. For the long-term part, it works similar way. Again, you start off with 200,000 or 100,000. You are then getting the 100% bonus, so 200,000 investment over 52 weeks. Compensation is 50%. So you take that, you exchange it into Trilliant, and over 52 weeks, you are gaining 100,000. Again, similar to US. And in total, you go away a year after, worth 300,000 trillion. So definitely not a bad part. If you look at it week by week again here, so you have gained obviously the 100,000. That means that on a weekly payout, you will get 1,923 trillion. So that you'll get over 52 weeks. And again, you have the option to reinvest it, or you have the option to take it into the exchange and then exchange it over to Bitcoin into fiat money. Now there's an interesting option here also within the long-term staking. As you can see below, it has an option called to capture higher market value of Trilliant every 4 weeks with a renewable 52 weeks staking term. Now this is only available if you are doing the long-term staking. And what that basically means is that every 4 weeks, or however how that's going to be, we haven't seen it yet because we are still in the pre-launch phase, but we believe that this will come out on a regular basis. And on the presentation, yes, it says 4 weeks. Then if the coin has gone up to, let's say, 15 or 20 cents in that particular time, you can then get the option within there, the platform, to restake it at that new price. So for example, if it goes to 15 cents, that now means that your investment, first of all, will be locked in for another 52 weeks. So that is the drawdown in you have here. But the good part is that your weekly payouts will actually also rise with 50%. Now, if the coin goes down, and obviously you started off here with 10 cents and the coin goes down to 5 again, you don't have to do anything. So you can basically just continue. Your weekly payout will be the same. And that is the good part. It will be a stable weekly payout for the entire 52 weeks. But if the coin, as we expect, will go up, as there will be more demand for it when the Trillando, the online shop, will start, then definitely you could see a coin price that would go up many times. We will have to see exactly how that will work out. But that will also mean that your weekly payout will increase by 50 or 100%. Only your initial investment that you put in back then for the staking will be locked in again for 52 weeks. But that's definitely a good price to pay for a certain higher weekly payouts. Now, the interesting part about Trilliant here is the e-commerce platform. And obviously, you have to understand that Trilliant is coming in and the CEO is marketing also this ecosystem with a lot of the investors that are already in here. And we mentioned the number that we believe is correct, around 60 to 70,000 users. And with that, they are obviously ready. They have money involved and they're getting money out on a weekly basis, as you can see here. And you can then go in and buy and sell globally. So if you have a shop, you can also add yourself into the Trilliant platform here and get access to a lot of users. And for this particular one, we are actually using the coin. And within here, obviously this is not full blown yet. It's still being tested. So online with the Trillando part. So, but it is everything that we understand is clothes, different types of, it could be a washing machine, it could be a toaster, a blender, and it could even be cars in the future. So we believe that there's no limits for what the CEO is currently looking into. On top of this, there's also affiliate program. There was also on the previous platform. This one here is quite simple. It's easy to understand. And there's only 3 levels within here. So compensation is based on the level percentage generated profits. So that means that you are not getting a certain percentage of what the people are investing. You are getting a certain percentage of the profit they are getting. So if they are getting $500 out on a weekly basis and you are on level 1, you get 10% of that. So basically 50 equivalent to $50. So level 1 is 10%, so the people that you bring in yourself. And then there's another level 2 and 3 with other people building up the eco community here. And you will get an additional 5% from each. And again, we have to emphasize here, this is not from the investment they're making, it's from the profit they're making. So, and this is obviously a better and more secure way. Now again, we have mentioned this a couple of times that we are running out of time. So for the pre-launch phase and the early bird wake up, you gotta go in and be part of this now before the end of September, 30th of September here. And again, we are talking about UCT time. So make sure that you do the due diligence, go by our website here also to have a closer look at what we have put together for you. And then from there on, it is basically easy to set up. If you want any help or assistance, then you simply just contact us and we will try and help you the best we can in order to get you going. Now we hope you enjoyed this presentation, and as we mentioned again, this is very important. If you want to get in, then it's definitely the time to do that before the 30th of September UCT time here, where you can basically double the money that you're adding into the platform and then set up your staking for whatever time that you want. And from there on, we will have to see how the whole platform develops. Now, we have been in there already from day one. So that also means that we have received our profits week on week, and we can also see our downlines, our communities are getting the same. Then it's entirely up to you if you want to reinvest it as you go along, or you simply want to take it out and enjoy the fruits of the staking part. We certainly think that there's could be an extremely good development, especially on the coin development over time. Yes, we are starting off with 5 or 10 cents, but this could have huge implications for people in the future as the value will go up with the token, and we have no doubt that that will most probably happen, especially when we get the Trillando marketplace on top. That means there will be a bigger pressure on getting the coins, and as obviously when you have a physical marketplace where you can buy things and you actually can buy some real things with your coins, there's a good chance that this is going to go in the right direction, which also means that your weekly profits will rise over time. So, but obviously time will tell. We'll have to see how it develops, and see you on the next video, where hopefully we will have even more positive news, and where we'll be able to see the first time that we can update our staking from most probably 10 cents to hopefully something higher. So see you soon again. Bye bye.